element. Okay. So yeah, this time I'm going to be actually writing some code. I noticed I had forgotten something with my just in general spreadsheet system. I needed a system where I can add attributes to images, basically, because in tile sets, you'll have some images that are larger than the normal tile size, and you want it to offset a certain amount. For example, if you've got like a grass tile, typically you'll have grass sticking out the top, so the grass sticks out of the normal tile size. So what I do for that is I have an offset. And so yeah, right now I'm just adding some settings for images, basically. And then after this, I'm gonna go and add some more tiles, and then try to implement those. Probably gonna do a ramp tile too. I'm probably going to, yeah, I've got in with like my image directory, I'm going to have a JSON file that's the same name of the as the spreadsheet, and then my spreadsheet script will know to look for that. So I do this. Dot. So I'm going to check if it's a PNG, because I'm going to only go per PNG file here. And then per PNG file, it's also going to check for the JSON file. I'm going to have to import JSON up here. Do I have a readf? Nope. I'm going to import that from this library. I think I can just do from import funcs import star, which is every function. Oh, is it? Oops. Is that better? That's weird because the settings are the same as they were yesterday. Anyways, you should be able to hear me now. Okay, so I'm gonna do try readf image file split that. So I'm gonna take off that .png part, and I'm gonna add a .json, and then the data equals that, and then accept file not found pass. So if I can find the file, then I need to save that. So I can do sprite sheets data. sprite sheets data equals, oh wait, no. And I'm going to do the image file dot split. So once again, just take the name of the file and then remove the extension. And then I'll set it to the data. So this data is structured so that it's the keys, it's basically a dictionary with the keys being the index of the tile. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, the index could be, it needs to be a y, and x and a y value, so I'm going to have to do 0, 0, and then do string strategy. Now, I think that's pretty much it. That was a simple fix, I think. Now I just gotta test to make sure it works. So you guys are gonna get to see the level editor I've been working on here. Yeah. Okay, as long as that I didn't break things when I swapped to using core funcs and removed the clip. So now when I load my sprite sheets, I'm gonna have to also load the sprite sheets data. Just finished Python basics and I find your videos so motivating. Keep the good work. Thank you. I have an issue where I just kind of forget what I'm doing half the time. So I'm probably going to have to do it in the rendering here. The off-grid tiles I do not need to mess around with the offset for that. I only need to do it for the rendering ones. So, well, the grid tile ones. Because my system is like grid tiles and off-grids. Grid tiles are on the grid system and they render faster, basically. And then you place them on a grid. So I'm gonna do plus offset 0 and plus offset 1. So now I just need to define offset. So offset will be, oh boy, spreadsheets data. Now I have to do the tile's name. I forgot what the layout was. It's in type data. Oh, I think no, I don't. I think it goes the spreadsheet type. So, or the spreadsheet name. So, tile type data 0. And then I think 1 is the y-axis. And then 2 is the x-axis. So it's going to be str tile type data, and then I'm going to need to add in that so it matches that format I did where I'm splitting it with the semicolon. Type data. Actually, yeah, I forgot the 1 there. And then this one's going to be the 2. I think that's it. And then, so now I've got access into basically this section, so I just need to get the tile offsets, which are going to be under the tile offset key. This is a mess of a declaration. Oh well, should work fine. Let's see if this works. This is yeah, that's not right. I have no clue how that happened. Oh, I think I know. I think I just, Yeah, okay. This needs to return sprite sheets data. Wait, no. Yeah, okay. Here's where I messed up. I don't need that on get image. So return it from on load sprite sheets. And then there we go. So if I did it right, this tile should render in a weird spot. It crashed. String indices mostly integers. Oh boy. So let's take a look what happened to the spreadsheets data. That's empty. Yep, there's the issue. Why is it looking for string indices? Did I mess this up? Yeah, I never bothered getting a full ID. I don't, yeah, I just don't like it taking up so much space on my screen. I don't know why. So, well, there's the issue. Well, there's two issues here. So my wait, I'm using tile type data. Oh, I see. This needs to be up higher. There we go. And then now I can do that. Next thing, I just need to fix that sprite sheet data. Wait, this is not sprite loader. So it tries to open it. I'm gonna just print out the name of whatever it's trying to open, because I suspect it's probably just using the wrong name. What did it say? Save 0.0. Oh, I forgot to do base path. That's probably it. So I need path plus that. Is the path already automatically corrected? Doesn't look like it. Where am I loading it? Oh, I am adding the... Okay, there we go. Return name is wrong. What do you mean return name is wrong? Okay, this is you again. Let's see. Sprite sheets data. Okay, got the data. So now I just... Oh, I didn't convert it into JSON. Well, I didn't convert it from JSON, so I need JSON.loads. Hello, BPM please. Wait, that's the wrong one. And there we go. And then if I switch this one, you can... I forgot to handle and yeah. Do wait, this is wrong file. So if this whole sprite sheet is in the sprite sheets data, do that. Then if tile ID, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just take this thing here and do that. If tile ID in sprite sheets data, and now I need to take this thing and then I have to do it one more time. If tile offset in, and then I take this, and then the tile ID, and then I can render it, well, update the offset. So otherwise, offset is going to be, isn't sprite sheet that, not, are you talking about up here? The return name, wait, where did I write spreadsheet stat? I don't think I don't see that anywhere. My spreadsheet loader is longer than your entire program. This is 59 lines. Okay, so those are working, and then, yep, those offsets are working. As you can see, it's not aligned, which is the way it's supposed to be. Oh, and for those who haven't seen my Twitter or Discord, my level editor has a bunch of like visual effects because I get very bored during level editing. Yeah. Anyways, so now I'm gonna go back to drawing because I need to finish the base tile set. I need to draw some ramps and then 2 other tiles that I hadn't done before. So I'm gonna get my drawing tablet. Okay. All right. So I think for the horizontal one, it's just gonna be characters. I'm not drawing a character yet. Actually, I might today. I'm just going to make kind of a simple level first, though. But yeah, the pure horizontal tile is just going to be this, basically. So I think I can just... Oh, that lines up nicely. Let's see if this other one lines up nicely. Okay, that works. Yeah, I'll go ahead, that looks. Anyways, this is my, hello Leon Kent. I'm going to put this tile somewhere around here or something. So that leaves 3 more tiles, I think. Let me pull up my thing I was using for reference. Where did it go? Tile set layout. So I've just did 10, and I need 11 now, and then I need 2 ramps. I'm gonna do ramps like I did in Super Potato Bro, where there's only 2 of them, and they're both the ones you see on the ground, not in the air, like above your head. So for this tall one, I think I just gotta merge these 2 walls here. So take that, and then now I take this side. Wait, I did that for that bottom piece too. And now I have to get rid of the symmetricalness of this thing. Wait, I like how the Japanese characters just in the song title just kind of fail. I wrote my own thing for rendering the song titles, but it doesn't like Japanese characters. That's a circle. Don't want that. think that's good enough. And then I'm gonna need to balance this section out. Okay, so level that down, raise that. I have to put that there. Just shifting this whole thing because there's a lot to change the look, I think. Okay, it looks pretty different on that side now. Actually, if I connect this, how's that look? It looks fine. I'm gonna add that. There we go. And that tile's done. I'm gonna remove this other stuff right here. Alright, so now I just have the slopes. Those are gonna be annoying to implement. I actually do also need corner pieces, so that's going to be another 4 tiles, but I only got to make 1. How long will I be streaming? I don't know. I'll probably just do what I wanted to do today and then stop. So, maybe an hour and a half? I don't know. I've been going for 22 minutes. So, probably not as long as yesterday. So yeah, I'm just going to start with this middle one right here. What? That's not what I selected. So first I gotta make it the right shape. Is there a line tool? Oh wait, no, if I just do shift, right? Yeah. And then I can just paint bucket. How do you make the wood tile that allows you to jump up through it but not fall back down? Okay, you're gonna have to add some special cases for your physics if you want to do that. Basically, you just handle downward collisions and nothing else, and then even for the downward collisions, you make sure that you only handle them if the player is above a certain height, or else the head will touch the tile and you'll just teleport up or something. Yeah, I'll be implementing that some point. Starting off, I'm just going to be using normal tile physics for the wooden platforms, and then I'll add the correct stuff later. So yeah, I'm gonna do grass first. Let's start with the middle color. I think that's what I was doing before. I'm not very consistent about drawing grass. It's gonna look different this time or something. This looks like spikes. This is what happened in Drawn Down Abyss. So now I just draw more spiky grass. Actually, I'm gonna make this one right here. Right. This isn't quite looking the same right now. That's not good. So what's different here? I think my leaves are thicker. Part of the issue is I'm trying to do this diagonally. Is the grass taller? I think it's more even in the middle. I think that's throwing it off. Oh, it's also probably this one shape I keep using. Swap that out and see what happens. Yeah, it's looking better. Okay. This tutorial has some tiles you can jump through and some example code. What? What's different here? Do you feel that? Do you mean do you feel that Kickstarter is a slow process? It can be slow. Doesn't have to be. Typically with the train, I'm pretty careful. Other than that, I just kind of do whatever. Hold on. So wait, why are you sending a code example? What? Okay, so before I gave some shape. Diagonals are, like, the lighting angle I'm using makes things very hard. Okay. So now I need the rock shapes. Okay. Yeah, this one's looking a lot more blobby than the other one. What did I do differently? Yeah, if you're comparing it to 3D models, pixels are fast. Yeah, and yeah, if I'm not drawing terrain, I draw faster typically. Yeah. Maybe I need... I'm just gonna trim this thing down. Maybe I can figure it out if I do that. Okay, so... I definitely had a lot of contact between the bright and the dark there. I think that was part of it. I want to add a bit more shape to these shadows I've got here. Is this closer? Okay, it's closer. Not liking this one big chunk I've got here. Okay, I think I've almost got it. My leaves are just a bit thin now. Once I do one of these, I think I can just flip it backwards. It's a bit big. I could just do that, I think. Shape's not too pretty. I think that'll do. This one section right here looks a bit weird. If I put a pixel right there, does that fix it? Okay, I think I got it. Wait, can I just take off this pixel? The grass looks shorter. Whatever. So now that I've got my ramp tile, let's see how that looks when lined up with everything else. So let's put a ramp, and then a top tile right here. That lines up okay. And then I can move that over, paste another one. Ooh, where's the top of this? So this is 24 pixels tall. 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually it looks like I got the alignment right there. Oops. That's not right. Doesn't look too bad without the corner tile. Although I think you could definitely use it. And I think especially if I were to... Oh, I'm going to make this canvas a bit bigger. Let's make it 250. Shift to the left, okay. Here we go, now I've got more space. So, let's see how it looks if I use this tile. And then this tile. I keep forgetting what the alignment was. That's like that, okay. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Yeah, I'm thinking I might just leave it. I'm just gonna sketch in some points and see how this looks. Oh, some rocks. I don't know. Something about like discontinuing the rocks right there looks good to me. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just used to seeing this type of stuff. For now, I'm gonna leave it, I think. I can add these tiles, the extra tiles some later, I guess, if I want them. So yeah, I'm just gonna move this a bit. Oh. Oh, okay, so that's how that works, right? So, just gonna copy this one, and I gotta flip it. You guys gonna see, that's not. What does your framework usually include that helps you develop certain game mechanics? Nothing in terms of game mechanics, I would say. It's all just going to be like image systems, tile systems, physics, and stuff like that. So nothing I would call game mechanics. Game mechanics really aren't that hard to write most of the time. Anyways, with that, I think this tile set is done. Okay, so I'm gonna export it and then you guys will get to see what my thing looks like here. Wait, that's wrong. Where did I just export that to? So, oops. It's in here. Okay. I don't know why I did sketch-export. I was exporting it before. I don't know why I did that. Oh well. Anyways, I can't remember. I think I needed to just dump in some black. And fill those in, I guess. Oh, there's so many of these right here. I really actually don't need to be doing these ones, because... Yeah, you can tell there's a difference between this grass and this grass. I don't know what happened. I just couldn't do it. Oh well. Time to make the tile sheet. So to do that, I've got this sprite sheet loader. Wait, no, sprite sheet gen. And then I can just do prototype data images sketch export png. There we go. I made a mistake. Hold on. I need to move this bottom piece. There we go. So now I just gotta move this up here for reference, kind of. Actually, since it's got the top left corner in the right spot, I don't need the proper height for the image. It'll use whatever height. Thank you, Amar Salame. I'm probably saying that wrong. Okay, so now I can... Did YouTube stop? Come on. Oh wait, is the music thing's not updating? Oops. I guess I have to have the music title thing visible for it to work on my screen. I did my last... Oh, okay. Using MS Paint to edit the assets, I think anti-aliasing in pixel art style could mess up everything. I'm not using anti-aliasing. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. I'm gonna make this sprite sheet now. So I just do prototype data images sketch export.png. So now I have to follow this order here, and because MS Paint doesn't have a color tolerance option for the fill bucket. You don't need it if you're doing pixel art. Yeah, that's... Oh, you're saying that if you use anti-aliasing in pixel art. I guess. I don't know why you use anti-aliasing in pixel art. You can use an anti-aliasing style, I guess. And I kind of did that in the wood. But it's not the type of thing that would really mess up. So I just click one. Oh, it crashed. Hold on. I probably broke it when I was messing around with some of the other stuff. So I now got to debug this. Prototype data images sketch export.png. Tell me what this error is. So pixel index out of range. I deleted a line. Was there something on that line? Oops. What line is that? 38. I deleted a line around here. It's probably important. Oh. Maybe I was supposed to use white. Oh, I need to set the background color. Force color key. Oh, maybe the color key is what I'm looking for. Yeah, okay. So this should have been white. So it wasn't bugged. Yay. So I can do this again. There we go. So now I can just hit R, and I just gotta move around in this pattern. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 10 is this one. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't know if I added these ones to tile set thing. Anyway, so ramps are next, so I think I do left or right. So this one, that one. Yep, okay. So now I just hit G to preview the thing, and then, I forgot what key it is to save. It's S. Okay, what a surprise. I probably could just start pressing buttons when I figured it out. And then here's the tile set. It's a little bit more useful when there's more tiles, but it's great for pulling my tiles out of my sketches, basically. So now I can just drop this into image, I believe. And now I need to modify all these offsets, because a bunch of these tiles have offsets that I need to figure out. So this first one is 21 by 24. Actually, this is going to be the case for a lot of these. So it's going to be -1 and -4. That's some tall grass. And then the next one's going to be this one. And then it doesn't have an X offset. And then I've got to do, it should be the same thing for the one after that. So I can just do 2. And then now it's just the left one. So what I mean before is that if the background color is what will be filled is similar to the other edge colors in PixArt, it could mess up things. The MS Paint bucket only works on one color. If it changes by one value in RGB, it won't do anything about that. The color tolerance thing is, yeah. Yeah, that sounds like an issue if you do have color tolerance. So I'm not sure what you're talking about really. Anyways, so I've got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's 6 and 7 that have an offset on the x-axis. Why does, come on, what is this selection here? I use my keyboard. So 6 has a -1 x offset, and then that's 0. And then I can just copy this one. Wait, why are there so many? Why do I have so many brackets? 7. This is 8, 9, 10, and 11. So 10 is going to be the same thing. It happened again. Come on. 10, and then 11 is going to be -1, -4. Your map is all about tile sets, right? I'm not sure what you mean. Okay, so Oh, the ramps do have an offset too. Man, all of these tiles have offsets. Normally it's not going to be this bad. It's just grass goes crazy. So wait, 11 was this one. So 13 will be the next one. And then after 13, it's going to be 15 and 16. Oh boy. So there is no X offset on these ones, I don't think. It's just all Y, so how tall are these things? Oh! Oops. That's not... I mean, I guess that works. Yeah, so, looks like the 15, 16 don't have any offset because they're the exact size of the tiles they should be. So that's done. Why Python and not an engine? I like writing things myself. I can do it fast. I can do things faster in Python. Python, the language Python is quicker for writing things in because of the way, like a lot of things you can do with it, and just the shorter syntax in general. Also, this didn't like affect my choice in my language or anything, but Python in general is a better language to learn if you want to get a job. Okay, so I've got that marked up. I now need to double check and make sure that my auto tiling thing handles stuff right. What was I going to check? Okay, looks like I got it. It goes up to 14. That's concerning. Oh wait, yeah, it makes sense now. Now I think of that. Okay, I'm good. I think. So time to start the level editor and see if it's working right. 0. So I should be able to take this, draw like that, flood fill, and then I can pull out my... Oh, that offset's not right. Wait. Oh, I need to update my tile size. Oop, okay. Where is it? It's somewhere in here. Display scale, particle speed, that's particle seconds. Tile size seems to be 20. So I'm using this one. So boop, flood fill, and then I believe it was E. And I do that, and then T or Control T. Okay, that works. Wait, no, that one's upside down. Okay, so I need to fix that. Are you going to upload a time lapse or a mini tutorial about your prototype? Okay, so I'm considering doing a series where I go through things I make and just kind of briefly explain the different elements of it, which could include this prototype thing I'm working on. But time lapse, no, because I'd have to be recording that right now, and yeah, I'm not gonna deal with that if I'm streaming. Did I create these tools for myself? Yes, I did. I need to go back and fix the auto tile config here because we got some stuff upside down. So it looks like 12 and 14. Well, first of all, I'm going to check and make sure that I did it in the right order. And make sure that... Okay. Let's see, so it should be the top one before the bottom one. Yeah, that's right. So that's right. So 12 in this is 11 in this. Yeah, okay. So I swapped that. It was looking for the boarding tile above instead of below. And then this one needs to be -1. Okay. What's that font I'm using? Wait. This font? I drew it. If you go to my website, here, I'll link it in chat. If you go to my blog on my website, I've got the fonts there. It's just a PNG, and I've got a font system, like my text system that I wrote. And I'll probably do a video on that. That's one of the things people were asking me about to do a video on, and that's pretty high up on my list currently. Alright, so let's see if things are working now. So flood fill, I'm going to do some things sticking out right here, and just kind of a test. Oh! I just remembered, I forgot a tile. The single tile on its own. Technically, you don't really use that. So I'm just going to not add it to this tile set. So I'm going to need to select all of this, apply the auto tile, and... Oh, oops, I deleted it. I'm good at that, okay. Let's try that again. And then do this, and then do this, this. Let's just do some fun stuff up here. And then I'll add a little island down here or whatever. And that. And then auto tile. Okay, I'm not liking the way... Wait, that's not... Yeah, this is backwards. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, that's backwards. And now that I think about it, I'm gonna have to change that. Yes, it is HTTPS now. So yeah, I've got the 13 and 15 wrong, so that's going to be 12 and 14. Okay, time to try again. I'm going to have to like edit these bridge parts by hand because it's not the standard way you show tiles that I'm doing things here. So let's do that, and then I'm gonna add this thing again. Boop, boop, boop. Then go. Boop. Okay. Why did... Okay, so basically my, deselect key is... No, my delete key in this is the exact same as the, deselect key in Aseprite. So I was learning to use Aseprite, and now it's tripping me up, because Control D deletes things in this. Oops. Let's try this again. I probably should have an undo, but I'm kind of lazy for that, so I don't know. So I can do, and then Control T. Let's do this right now. There we go. So yeah, for this, I'm going to have to go in and manually modify these ones, which isn't a big deal. And then I'll probably also want to put these in. So yeah, that's probably what it's going to look like. Wait, did you create that level editor in Pygame? Yes, I did. I'll probably, like, when I've got this prototype working, I'll probably release the source for all the tools I've been using, like that's like the sprite sheet generator and stuff too. So yeah, I'm gonna do this now. So this is gonna be an interesting level to play around on. I've also got layering, so I can hold on. I'm gonna add another layer here, I'm going to turn on the layering thing so I can see. So I can just do this. Just adding some extra terrain down here. And then I can just select it. And then tile. Turn off the layering. Again, I'm gonna remove this section here, and then gonna loop, do that. Control T, Control A, L. There you go. This is like super potato bread type terrain. I just came how it's worked. It's no, it saves the map data. I'll save it in a moment here so you can see. So I can save it and then I can close it. Oops, that's not save. Hold on. It was O, I think. I always forget my key bindings here. So this is the save file. It's a mess of JSON. But the nice thing is I can just dump stuff straight into there, because Python objects are basically JSON. So yeah, and I can close it, and then I can open up my level editor, and I can press I, and then save, and then it loads it back up, and I've got my thing back. Keep pressing E. Yeah. So next up, load it into a game. This is going to be fun. And you'll get to see why this framework I made is useful. So I'm going to start in here. Actually, I'm going to pull over all the things I need. Core funcs. Wait, core funcs, chunker, and spreadsheet loader. I think that's all I need. Oh, I also need text. And I'm going to dump these into my prototype because. Just a suggestion, but can you make a tutorial on a save system? I can, yeah. I probably do need to do that. I haven't done any, like, file type tutorials. Yeah. In general, it's just easy to dump a Python object into a file. Like, if it's just lists and dictionaries, you can dump it in a JSON, and I'll show you guys how to do that, probably. Do you only use Python as programming language for making games? I'm guessing do I only use Python for making games? I've messed around with Unity a bit, and Godot, so that's C# and GD script. But yeah, I mostly just work with Python for games, but I do know other languages. I know JavaScript, Java, of course Python, Lua, C++, Perl, and a couple other things. Have you ever worked with artificial intelligence? I hear Python is the best language for it. Yes, I have, but not in the capacity that Python's good for. I just kind of wrote my own neural network from the ground up. It wasn't particularly fancy. It was just proof of concept, kind of. How to code almost anything video coming? I do need to work on that. I've been holding off on it because I want to make sure I do it right, because I think it's going to be the most important video on my channel. It's going to be the video I'm going to constantly be pointing people to when they have questions, because I'd say 90% of the questions regarding how people implement stuff can be answered with that video if I do it right. Can you show us how to use this? Are you talking about the level editor? The level editor is not too complicated. It's just a couple of key bindings. But it's not released anywhere yet, so yeah. And when I do release it, you can just read through the input section and read the key bindings. It's easy to tell what's going on. But I wouldn't recommend using my level editor. And just in general, using my framework's not going to be very beneficial to you guys, because for pretty much every game, I'm probably going to have to write some extra functions that really go onto the lower level of how things work with my framework. So you're going to end up pretty restricted if you try to use my framework without understanding how it works on a lower level. And if you do understand how it works on a lower level, you might as well just write your own. But yeah, I will release it just so people can look at it though. Anyway, so whenever I make a new game, I've got this like base script I pull from. Oops. And then just dump it in here. And rename this to prototype. And then I need to do from core funcs import star, which is everything. Import chonker. Okay. Chonker and text. I'm gonna reference my level editor for how I did this stuff. Oh, and then sprite sheet loader. So for the sprite sheets, it was just this to load it. Ooh, I need to copy this thing into, actually wait. So I need to copy these two into into a tile sets folder and then put that in here so I can just load from there. I'm going to have other images that are not loaded through the sprite sheet system. So sprite sheets equals that. This is going to be data slash images. Oh, that's not right. Images. Tile sets. There we go. So now spreadsheets are loaded. Font is going to load my text font. Oh, I need to grab that too. So fonts, copy that, dump it into data. And then that's going to be under data slash fonts. Wow, I was complaining about the time expended with that pixel art, and I get back and see that the level editor is made. Okay, so I did not make that level editor just now. I had that before. Why you don't use object-oriented programming in your games, I was wondering. There's a trade-off between speed and writing good code, and I generally take the speed route. If you're working with other people, in almost all cases, you're going to want to use a lot of object-oriented programming because it's way easier for other people to read. In my case, I work solo, so I like to just go for speed. And yeah, Leon can't just mention that. Hey dude, we'll have a replay. It's very interesting, but in France it's very late. Yes, I do save these streams. It's unlisted, and there's I stick it in a playlist so you can find it, but it's not going to be under my normal videos tab. So yeah, you're gonna have to go to that live streams playlist that I have. Okay, back to this. I don't need the auto tile config because that's for the level editor. So now I have to define the chunk system. Where's that? Okay, level map. This is it. Level map equals that. What is this value? I forgot what this value is. Oh, this is my screen size. Ooh, this is an important decision to make right now. Let's just do this. 1920 divided by 2. How many pixels is that? Ooh, 960. That's a lot. Let's do 920 divided by 3. 640. What is Drawn Down Abyss at? And for those who don't know what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to decide on the resolution for the prototype. I want it to be a multiple of 1080p so that I can scale it nicely. Okay, so for Drawn Down Abyss, it looks like I used 384 by 216. That's a weird thing. I think it's divided by 5. So I might use divided by 4. It's 480. Do I want big or really big? What's the size of my level editor? 600 by 400. Is this for a game, or are you just making a level editor in general? I was not making the level editor. I was just using it to make a level for a prototype I'm working on. Well, I was wondering what the new program tutorial. What's the new program tutorial? We have a lot of things to learn from you. Okay. What are what parts do I have for my computer? I've got a GTX 1080. 6 gigabyte, and then for my RAM, I've got 16 gigabytes of RAM. Actually, I'll just pull up Task Manager. My CPU's Intel Core i5-8600K, and then 16 gigabytes of RAM, and then here's my graphics card, and yeah. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with 480 for the width, which would be 1080 divided by 4, 270 for the height. I'm trying to work my way up to higher resolutions. Wait, actually, how many tiles is that? I'm just gonna I'm gonna load up that level editor again just to get an idea of the scale. Yeah, I don't want to be seeing this much in the game at once. So I'm gonna go with the smaller resolution here. Let's do 480 by 270. Okay, this first number here is going to be the chunk size. If you haven't seen my video on chunks, it's like my optimization video, I think. I covered chunks. And this is basically, if you played Minecraft, it's chunks in Minecraft, basically. Yeah, it's how many tiles on each axis fit into a single section of tiles. So if I do 4, it's 4 times 4, so 16 tiles in each section for tiles. And this number really depends on your screen resolution and a bunch of other things. Tile size. Okay, I'm gonna just leave that as 20. I don't need a variable for that because I'm not gonna use that anywhere else. Well, maybe I might, so tile size, let's do that. Tile size. Okay. Equals 20. And then display size equals 480 by 270. Display scale equals 2. That's how many times I'm going to multiply the display size. So I'm going to config. So I'm going to do display size. Oh wait, it needs to be capitalized. Display size 0 times display scale to get the window size. The display size is just the size of the surface I'm rendering onto because I'm scaling up my pixel art. Okay, so now I need to define the display that I'm actually rendering onto. So I'm just going to call it display. I do that in pretty much all my games. Surface, and then I can just put in display size. Display size. And then this value right here is also using display size. Why did you import Chonker and text and sprite loader? Okay, Spritesheet loader is how I load my tile sets basically. Where is it? I lost it. So if you look in here, I've got my tile set here. It loads this tile set and loads the configuration for it and stuff. And then text is just my text system for rendering text. Chonker is my chunk system. I thought it'd be fine to call it Chonker. You can see I used it right here, Chonker.chunk system. And then I use text right here. So I use all of them right in these 3 lines right here. What's the text editor you're using? I'm guessing you're not talking about the... Oh, come on. I hate that Windows does that sometimes. You shake it and then it just goes crazy. Hold on, I need to move this out of the way. I'm moving around some stuff off screen so I can see. Okay. Now I'm going to pull up everything else. Actually, I don't need this open. I don't need level editor open anymore, I don't think. Actually, no, I do. Okay, anyways. Oh, you like the... Okay, if you like the colors, are you talking about this? Because this is just the default Python IDE. They call it IDE, well, the idle. And I just have... I customized my colors in here. For this one, this is just Notepad++. It's good for editing text files. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's the default Python IDE. I mean, I'd recommend you use a proper IDE. I don't, though. Okay, so now I need to render the tile, well, load the tiles actually. So I had a loading function. If I press I, it was going to load it. Where's that I button? KLFAD. Where's I? I know I's in here somewhere. I'm just gonna do the search for it. There we go. It's at the top. Hello. So now I just take that level map and then I can just do event.key is ki. Oh wait, no, actually no, I don't need to load it with a key press. Level map dot load map, and then I can do data slash map slash. I'm gonna do map0.json. I gotta make that file though, so I need to stop closing File Explorer. So let's save, and I gotta dump it into here. So I'm gonna make a maps folder, and then map 0. There we go. So now my level map's loaded. Next up is rendering. Actually, I do need a scroll value for rendering. Actually, I don't think I have to use it, because the rendering's not built into the chunk system. It just gives me the tiles I need to render in the correct order and stuff. So, oh yeah, it does take the scroll, because it needs to know where to get the tiles from. If you haven't seen my like camera, like just camera scrolling video, I use a scroll value to keep track of where everything's supposed to be. Like, if I increase the scroll value, if I increase the first value in the scroll, everything moves to the left. And it's just basically how you move the camera. So, and then I pass that to my chunk system so it knows which tiles to load for rendering. That saves a lot of processing power to only render what you need to. Okay, okay, so what is 2? Oh, that was just this. There's like a setting for the way it outputs the information, like the tiles. Wait, I've still got my drawing tablet from me. I'm gonna remove that. I don't think I'll need that anymore today. Now I can actually put my keyboard somewhere where it's more comfortable to use. For layer that in render list. So the way I've got it returning the tile list right now, it's returning a bunch of layers and then the lists which contain the layers basically. And the first value of the list is just the layer number, and then the second value is all the contents of that layer. So I'm just going to ignore the layer number here and just go layer equals layer data 1, and then now I can render. So I can pretty much copy this rendering code. It's the same thing for this. I'm probably going to have to modify it later though, because it probably won't be the same thing in the future. Okay, so let's see if this works. Ooh, what's that? Oh, text is calling that, okay. So I need to update my text script to not use the swap core thing. It needs to just use from core funcs import star. I'm moving some of the functions into just some core functions. Is that it? No module. Oh wait, oops, I need to copy this one over to here so that I'm using it. And my music just stopped again, come on. No module name clip, come on. Wait. Oh, I got confused. Yeah, okay. Layer opacity not defined. Oh, yeah, so I did have some stuff in here that I shouldn't be using. Yeah, I don't need this. I think, yeah, taking out that stuff. Okay, that's technically working. Oh, oops, I didn't set up the display. So display, so it's creating the display array frame, and then I need to blit the display on the screen. So screen.blit pygame.transform.scale display, and then I'm going to copy. Oh, I can just do display that gets screen that gets size. So just using pygame.transform.scale, and then with the size being the thing you're putting onto dot get size, you're basically scaling it up to the size of that other image. So now I can do 0, 0. There we go. Now we've got rendering working. And then if I just put in something right here, so I do scroll 0 plus equals 1, you can see things moving to the left. Ooh, chunk system's freaking out. Why is that happening? Yeah, this is a chunk system not loading things properly. Why don't you use normal IDE like PyCharm or VS Code? Like, well, I know I didn't think, I never explained that. I just got used to this. And I like having a bunch of windows everywhere. I don't know why. I think part of it is just that I'm used to working on one monitor. Like, I started on a tiny laptop monitor, and I didn't like switching between like different windows. Like, I didn't want to alt tab. Okay, so now I need to debug this chunk system because it's miscalculating how many chunks I need to render here. So it's in this get visible thing. This is where I'm getting my list of tiles to render. So chunk, I'm gonna make a thing that prints out how many chunks it's grabbing. Chunks per view X, chunks per view Y. It's not printing it out, what? Oh, because I need to I edited the wrong one. I need to edit the one in prototype. Wait, oh, I didn't want to... Okay. I forgot that was a thing. For some reason, the copying and pasting with the default Python IDE, like if you want to copy and paste somewhere else, the window has to still be open you're copying from if you want to paste. I don't know why. So like when I closed it, I lost it from my clipboard or something. It's like it's probably got some kind of fake clipboard. Let's see what it's saying. 7 and 5. Is that right? Let's see. So to calculate the chunk size in pixels, I'll do it here. So my chunk size in tiles is 4, and then the tile size is 20. 420. So by 7, let's see. That's 560. My display's like 480. Wasn't there like a +1? So what happens if I do 6? Oh, it's exact. Okay, so +1, then -1. Wait, am I thinking that's wrong? Do I need the buffer of... This is not something that's like easy to explain compared to the other stuff. I'm just gonna have to give you a moment here. Basically, I'm trying to figure out which chunks to show on the screen and how many I really need. Wait, here, let me check how much this offset is on the side. So it was shortly before where it was here, so I think I had maybe this much. So that's 238 divided by 2, that's about 120 pixels. How many, is that a chunk? Wait, no, a chunk is 80. Ooh. What if I do... So what happens if I do that? Oh, I see what's happening. It's treating positive and negative chunk numbers differently. Well, it's calculating the chunks as an integer, which does different things depending if you're in positive or negative coordinates. Great. So what I need is... Yeah, okay. I'm gonna fix this now. So, to fix this, you gotta stick everything in a float. Wait, no, not float. You round everything. And then... Okay, so, what the... Thanks, ID. I'm gonna do... Round it to... 0. Because when you... when you round to 0 with round, it rounds up sometimes. With integer, it just truncates and drops off the decimal. So I think what I needed was it +5 or plus 0.05 or minus? Oh boy. Um, oh, I didn't use this anywhere else. I really should have fixed that. Hold on. I wrote it somewhere else. Can I just do round? Oh, it's minus. So I just do minus 0.5, minus 0.5. Then I turn that into an integer. Let's see if that works. Because I didn't... Wait, does that just add the issue if I go left now? Yeah, it does. Okay, so what happens if I take out the... What if I take out this? Because that works. And then plus. Does this get cut off? Okay, apparently not. Oh yeah, that makes sense. So I did have that backwards. So I don't need that at all. Okay, I think that's successfully debugged. Now I just have to copy this one back into the main one. Well, I'm gonna go on coding now. Thanks for stream, Fluffy. Learn a couple of things from this. Bye, everyone. Bye. Okay, so now I'm just going to add just kind of a box that represents the player. Ooh. I never actually wrote the entities section. That's gonna take a while to... I can reuse the other one. There's technically nothing wrong with the other one I wrote, as far as I know. I can't, yeah. I'm gonna take the other one I wrote. So, where is it? It's just kind of bloated. So I've got an, okay, I called it engine in this. I'm gonna change this back to entities now. So this is how I manage my entities. That's got all the physics and stuff in it. That's like the old library I had. So for that, I'm gonna... Do I have to specify an image? Oh no, I can just use a physics object. Okay. So for this library, I just do import entities as E, because I use it so much that it's just worth assigning the character E to. So for the player, for now, I'm just going to make a physics object. I have a entity class down here, and someone asked about object-oriented programming before, and this is the type of situation where I'd use it, and this is where it makes a lot of sense, I would say. I use it when it saves time, and this is where it would save time. Okay, so player equals e.physics object. Ooh, where am I gonna put it? I'm gonna comment that out and check locations of things here. So it's about like most of the way across, I would say. So I'm gonna put it at 350 pixels. That should be good. So 350 pixels. The Y location is going to be, let's do 20 pixels. X size, it's probably going to be taller than it is wide. Let's do 14, and I'm going to do 30. player dot, wait, no, okay. Is there a draw thing? No, there isn't. Okay. I'll just have a dot rect attribute though. I can use that. Just gonna add a player section down here. Player. And then I can render the player's rect. So, oh, but I do need to modify it for the scroll. So I might as well just make my own. So render r equals pygame.rect player.x minus scroll 0 player.y minus scroll 1, and then its size, so player.width player.height. And I can draw it. Pygame.draw.rect. No, display. Make it white for now. Render R. So now I should be able to see it. Okay, there we go. That's gonna be the player for now. It's kind of skinny, but whatever. Now to add some physics. Actually, no, I'm gonna add. I'm going to make another class. Game entity. So that's just going to be an entity class for this. Oh boy. I don't remember my inheritance stuff super well. I might have to look up some stuff there. I don't. Do I need super? I think I need super to initialize it. Or am I thinking of Java? Here, I'm gonna look this up. So it's super dot init, it looks like. So yeah, super dot init, and then I pass it all my arguments. I should really know how to do this stuff. Oh yeah, someone said in the chat you need super. Okay, so now what was I making this class for? Oh, self.velocity. That's what I wanted. So I can add a velocity attribute. No. Wait. Hello nv.f. I'm gonna run this and just see what happens. Okay, looks like it's working. So I've got my move script here, so a move function. So by default, the movement for the frame starts out as the velocity. So player.velocity, and then I can do player.move movement, and then platforms are empty, ramps are empty. Oh, I've also got my ramps code in here. Although I think it was specific to a certain tile size, so I might need to update that. Okay, so I need to, this is a list of recs, I think. So I'm gonna do the following first. Player.velocity equal, 1 equals the minimum of player.velocity 1 plus 0 point. This is gonna be gravity speed. I'll set this as a constant. Self.grav excel equals 0.05 player.grav excel. And then this other value is going to be basically the maximum vertical velocity. So I'm going to do 5. I think that's pretty quick actually, but whatever. I think it should fall now. Oh. Does not have attribute velocity. Oh, oops. I need game entity. 100-minute mark. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's... Oops. Keep messing this up. There we go. Physics. Well, not physics. That's just falling. I mean, technically that's physics, because it uses a physics type equation. I want that falling a bit faster. Let's do 1.5. 2. 5. Okay, so now I just need the actual physics. So I need a list of tiles I collided with, which I can get from the render. So collision tiles equals that. And then I can append rects to that for everything. So I'm gonna, for now, I'm just going to take all of the grid tiles and collide with every single one. So I can do collision tiles append pygame.rect, and then I can take the, I believe, the position. Oh, I can use the render position. That's going to be the X, and then this is going to be the Y, and then I can use the tile size from here, I think. And then now I can just pass that the collision tiles. And yep, I've got collision. It's just sitting there now. So this returns a list of directions for like the collisions and other information. So collision info equals that. So now I know some info regarding the collision. And then I'm going to do if collision info, I think bottom it was, then I can reset the player's vertical velocity. 1 equals 0. Is it in here? Yeah, it's bottom. And then I'm going to add a jump count. So self.jumps equals, I need jump max. Jump max. I'm going to do double jumps for now. Self.jumps equals self.jump max. And then I'm going to use arrow keys. So event.key is k up. If player.jumps is more than 0, then player.velocity 1 equals -7. So that's going to set the velocity so it does a jump. And then I need to reset the jumps down here. So player.jumps equals player.jump jump max. Jumps max? Jump max. So that resets the jumps every time and there's my jump, and I'm out of jumps. Or am I out of jumps? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot to subtract. So player.jumps minus 1. 1, 2, 3. I get 1, 2. I get 2 jumps. So now I need movement. So I'm going to add right equals false, left equals false, and then if event.key is k right, right equals true. If event.key is k left, left equals true. And then I can copy this. If event.type is key up, paste, and switch these to false. Music stopped. Hold on. Oh no, it didn't. And then for the movement stuff, I can do if right movement 0 plus equals, let's do a speed of player.speed and add that. And then I can do that for the left. Need minus equals. And then self.speed equals 4. Oh! Oh, physics are going crazy. What happened there? What is that? Hmm. Oh, I see what's going on. I was modifying the player velocity because the movement variable was just pointing to the velocity instead of making a copy of it. There we go, that's better. I'm actually going to render the player before the tiles, because I want the tiles to show in front. Actually, no, never mind. Later on, I'm going to just render the tile in the, well, the players in the middle of the tiles. And I'll have like a dedicated layer I use for that probably. Because I want some tiles in front and some tiles behind the player. So yeah, I've got that now. And I got my jumping. So I'm going to want the camera to focus on it. So yeah, the stream is still going. I'm actually going to probably end it soon after I get this camera scroll working. So camera scroll is simple. I just do scroll 0 plus equals, and then player.x. Do I have a get center? No, I don't. Minus wait. Is it minus? Oh yeah, it is. Scroll 0 divided by, let's do 20. I'm going to add a camera speed thing. Camera speed equals 10. Actually, the higher the number, the slower it goes, so camera speed. And then for this, that's going to be plus display size 0 divided by 2. So this is basically, wait, did I do that right? No, it's minus. So I'm trying to get the so this is the location where the top left of the camera should basically be relative to the player's position. And then I'm finding the difference the scroll is from that and trying to update it based on that difference. So if this were a 1, then the scroll would always be centered on the player. If it's lower than that, if it's higher than that, it'll take a few frames to get there. So I'm going to copy this over, do it for the y-axis, and see if that works. Oh, hold on. Oh, I'm going to not do this over in the player code. I'm going to put it over in the background code. And also that needs to be displayed as 1 for the y-axis. Now it's centered. That jittering on the player, I think, is from the scroll. Yeah. So, actually I covered this in my tutorial, and I always forget to do it for myself. You need a scroll and a true scroll. So, true scroll equals 0, 0. And then every frame... Oh, here, I'm going to modify true scroll. Here. True scroll. And then scroll equals int true scroll 0 and true scroll 1. Some weird, that jittering is the type of thing that happens if you don't use an integer for your scroll value. So the true scroll value maintains the decimals, and then the scroll value is just a copy of it used for every frame, based on the, it just converts it to an integer. Oh, scroll's not defined. Oh, oops, that needs to be true scroll. Alright, so that's working. The camera's a little bit tight, so I'm gonna loosen that up a bit, give it 20, not 120. I think 20 is what I use for a lot of my games. I feel like that's a little bit loose now. Yeah, now I've got a camera moving around and stuff. in this world I made with the level editor. Alright. You just came back. I was actually about to end the stream because I just finished what I wanted to do today. I've got my... Yeah. I've got my moving around, jumping, camera scroll, loading the level from the file. Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to do right now. I think I'm good. So next time, I may not stream it, but next I'm gonna work on probably the player, and then I want this. Well, I want the bridge thing to be something you can drop through and jump up through. And then probably going to also update the player so that it gets put in the middle of the tiles in terms of layering. So some tiles are in front of it and some tiles are behind it. Yeah, I think that's it. So I'm gonna end the stream here. Thanks for watching. Bye.